Thanks for joining me again. This is Angie with Blue Ridge, and I'm going to check the progress on our stained glass dish. So we're just going to test it just right over here in the corner. Just barely, and you see that? See the color sticking to my finger? That's not ready yet, so I'm just going to wipe this off a little bit. And we'll come back and check it again in maybe 30 minutes. It's already been about an hour and a half, so I was just kind of checking the progress on it. It's kind of warm outside, so sometimes it cures a little quicker. So I was checking the progress, but we'll come back in about 30 minutes and check it again. Okay, friends, it's been 30 minutes, so we're going to check it again and see where we at. We're going to just go right here to the edge. Oh, yeah. See my finger here? I touched it, but there's nothing. It's tacky, but there's no color on it. So what we're going to do now, it should be time to put this on the mold. So I'll be back with you in just a second. I'm going to move this and get everything set up, and I'm going to show you how to mold your bowl or your dish. Okay? Be right back. Okay, friends, so we're back now. We're going to mold our dish, and I want to show you what I have here. First of all, I have another Dollar Tree. This happens to be a Christmas one. I've had it a couple of years now. Just a plastic dollar platter. Has Santa on it. I put a white paper towel on top because sometimes when you're doing these stained glass looks and all, it confuses me with the pattern behind it. I have to be able to see what pattern I'm putting down on top of that. So I always just put a paper towel just to give me a clear white background. I have some heavy duty plastic here that I got just to protect everything on here because, you know, sometimes this is still not fully cured and it's going to be a little wet. I have a glass bowl here, and this, as you know how thrifty I am, this came from the Goodwill store. It was $1, I believe, but I like the size and the shape and all of this, so I've got that. And then I wrapped it in some plastic just to protect the glass because we don't want any of the resin to harden on that glass. So that's what we've done now, is just gotten our mold ready. This is going to be our mold for what we've got. So I'm going to take this, which is the one that we just poured, and I'm going to gently take my hand up under there and pull it off of the plate with the plastic under it. Get that out of the way. And then I'm going to lay it gently over the mold. And then you kind of have to pull it to get it even all the way around. Be careful because it's still sticky. And you just want to kind of press it down so it'll press around the shape of this bowl. Here. So I'm going to just press down on here. Seems like it's a little hard on that side for some reason, and maybe because it's warm out, but I think we got it in time to where it will not, it will, I mean, take its shape here. I can't touch it, but I can try to pull it here, and I'm going to go all the way around here, and as you see, it's running a little bit, which is fine. We can clean some of this up later if we have to, but I'm going to leave that just like that, and it'll be tomorrow. I would say a good 12 hours that you need to let it sit, and we're going to leave it just like this. I'm going to put a little plastic cover back over this, so because it's still wet, it is still sticky, but it's not so sticky that it just runs. It's more tacky right now. And I want to see if these colors right here are going to mold like they should. So we're just going to push this down as much as we can. Oop, got a little bit on my finger there, which happens. And you know, we just keep our little baby wipe here and we wipe that off. So we'll be back tomorrow and we'll check the progress on this and make sure that we were able to get a good mold out of that. And we'll see what our finished product looks like, okay? So we will be back tomorrow to look at our stained glass dish and see how well it is. And I'll see you ladies and gentlemen tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on making the stained glass resin bowls. I sell these in my shop and I've done really well with them. So maybe you would like to see how those are made, because I have a lot of people saying, hey, how do you make those? How do you do that? And it is a long process because you have to create your resin and your colors, and then you check it. And this took about 2.5 hours to get. Okay, y'all, it's been about 24 hours since we put our resin on to mold on our bowl. So what we're going to do now, as you see, the colors are so pretty. They look like stained glass. We're going to take it off of the mold. And I'm going to set this to the side. And we're going to take the plastic off. And it usually it'll pull off. Sometimes it might get in the little crooks and crevices and you may have to tug just a little bit. But today it looks like this one's coming off pretty easy. That one's right there and a little crooky. There. And I'll save that. Can you see it? Isn't that pretty? Doesn't it look like stained glass? Now you might have some edges that you don't like right here's a few little sprigs sticking out, and that's nothing to do. You can take some scissors, you can take a Dremel or whatever and take care of these. I usually, most of the time this early, I can go ahead and sometimes even just pull that off. If you see that, just pull that off. But you have your bowl and you can take a Dremel to these edges here if you don't like them. I like the organic look myself. I like to see, let the resin go where the resin wants to go. So I like it. But this here, you make a pretty little dish for candy, for fruit, for nuts. It's coming the holiday season here, so we can put, we call them pecans around here. We put pecans or walnuts or whatever it is that, you know, you would like to have. And my favorite is going to be the little Hershey Kisses. So I'll fill this up with the Hershey Kisses and put it on my little coffee table. And voila, it looks like stained glass. And it was, this is pretty hard. So I think we're going to be okay. Sometimes after 24 hours, it's still not quite hard yet. This one is, but what I'm going to would do if it wasn't is I'd put my plastic bowl with a wrap on it and I just sit it back on there and I'll let it sit another 24 hours to harden all the way, and then I would take it off and let it sit another, maybe even another day. But this here is pretty hard. I think it's because it warmed up so much yesterday on Friday after Thanksgiving was really warm here. So it warmed up, and so it, like I said, the temperature has a lot to do with these, with your resin hardening or what. So there we go. I appreciate you sharing this with me. And I want you to hit the subscribe and like button if you like these videos and want to learn some more. And until next time, thanks you guys. This has been Angie with Blue Rouge Designs.